Well, it's a warm day, relatively speaking. Highs in the low 50s today. Next week, we might even reach upper 50s, close to 60. Yay! No, it's still technically winter here in the Northwest, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy the refreshing and milding breezes and weather that come from time to time, or the rain that comes with it. Such is life. But good beer helps the weather go down, to totally misquote Mary Poppins. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Chewing the Brew. Ooh, I should talk about the beer smell right off the bat. Today I'm drinking Walking on Sunshine India Pale Ale, which is another collaboration with Zoiglhaus and this time Level Beer. I don't know that I've had another Level Beer. I might have on tap somewhere, but yeah, the name doesn't ring a bell as being one that I've had with any sort of regularity. But as I pour this, there's pineapple and pine. Interesting combination. Kind of a balance between hazy tropical notes and West Coast piney notes. That could bode well. Let's see here. Hanging out with good friends makes everything better. Laughing around a table while thinking up your next adventure creates some crazy ideas like this collaboration. So once again, Zoiglhaus is a brewery I have reviewed a few times. I have posted a lesser number of videos than I have recorded for Zoiglhaus due to my inability to describe them to what I feel was my own satisfaction. They specialize in traditional German styles, so I expect this, like the previous collaboration, the Collab That Works, I believe, which was an excellent West Coast IPA. I expect this, like that, to have a very interesting and present malt and kind of foundational quality. And then I'm guessing that Level is probably the one that brought the hopping expertise. Not that Zoiglhaus doesn't have hopping expertise. I just know that they focus on traditional German styles. So I would expect in a collaboration that they bring the malt chops and the collaborator brings the other ones. Also, I apologize if there's wind noise. I did not put I believe they call it the dead cat on my microphone. So this may be relatively unusable. We'll see. I'm hoping not. It's kind of coming over my right shoulder. Okay. Yeah, so still some tropical notes, but also there's some floral notes to it, which is nice. You know what? I'm going to be back. Okay. This should probably be a little bit better. Hopefully a little bit less wind noise. I've got the dead kitten, the fluffy wind noise preventer, mitigator, thingamajigger. Yeah. So, tropical notes with a bit of floral. And just a hint of some. No, I'm not picking it up now. Bit of orange, maybe. Less pineapple, more orange. Like from here it's pineapple. But once I stick my nose in, there's more of an orange note to the hops. I mean, it smells good. It definitely smells to be like more of a tropical hit than a straight up piney, herbal, resinous kind of traditional West Coast. Nice. Okay. Huh. So, the hops in here are Wow, they're really good. Resinous and piney. While to the nose, this was less West Coast, to the mouth, dominant, over the top. The top 2/3 of the beer are this resinous, very resinous hop character that's kind of painted with this really, really heavy brush. There is a bit of a kind of a thin tangerine or mandarin orange going along underneath that. There's also a point where there's almost of a peanut kind of character. But that pine, that resiny pine, that's still going. And it kind of blows out the palate for the second drink. That's wow, that's kind of interesting. I mean, no one's going to blame this beer for not having sufficient hop character. It is a significant and substantial hit of hops. That is powerful. And it lingers for so long. Yeah, so this resiny pine, broad brush, kind of heavy brush, this relatively thin, sweet mandarin, tangerine, kind of citrus note that's coming underneath it. This kind of nutty, peanutty note that comes maybe 4 to 5 seconds after you've drunk. But that's really, I really only was able to taste that in the first mouthful. After that, it's been the pine and the resin and the tangerine. I don't think this one's quite as successful as the collab that works, the other Zoiglhaus collaboration. Yeah, see the orange, this kind of thin orange that I'm describing, it comes across as this relatively thin sweetness that I've tasted it in other beers, and it just doesn't stand up to that massive hit of the resiny, piney hop that just, it comes in and it just stays. I like the retro breathing. I like the result afterwards. The fact that this, like, it's just all the way top of the mouth, the nasal passage, down the back of the throat. It's like pine. It's aromatic. It's intense. Possibly too intense if you're not a hop fan. This is definitely not going to be your thing. If you are a hop fan, particularly of powerful West Coast IPAs, this might be a very interesting beer, and you might even enjoy it. For me, I feel it's out of balance. This needed a roasty, slightly darker malt, and definitely a stronger malt to build up enough malt character that it could balance out, give that massive hit of resin and pine something to stand on top of and to play against as well. And because the rest of the flavors in this beer are kind of weak and thin, it just doesn't work well for me personally. I'm going to give this one another 1 star. This is my second 1-star beer. Well, it's technically my third 1-star beer, but it's only the second that I've been brave enough to give it 1 star in the first video, like when I record it, and not like edit it in later once I've had time to, rethink my desire to enjoy everything that I drink. It's definitely an interesting beer. There's no flavors that are offensive, so it's perfectly fine. It's not a 0 star. It's a 1-star beer. It's an okay beer. That's not my mug of beer. So this has been me, Matthew. I have been drinking Zoiglhaus and Level Beer's collaboration, Walking on Sunshine India Pale Ale. And I will catch y'all on the flip side.